What up, everybody? House number 3. This is Queen Purple Love. You already know. Anyway, so first, just give you a little update. Today, I to I went to the doctor. I had to do I had to do a CAT scan. So most of you who've been watching us know that I was sick with COVID and I was on blood thinners and decided to stop the blood thinners. I stopped them October 21st officially. That was the last day I took a blood thinner. And I've been doing vitamins and I've been doing baby aspirin, turmeric. I've been doing a tea with a mix of things. So far, so good. But I have an appointment to see the hematologist on in December. I think the 21st. I'm not 100% sure the date, but I know it's in the 20s. And I also have to do the blood work on the 15th. One of the requirements that he wanted me to do was to go get his CAT scan to see if there was any other blood clots in my lungs. Had I developed any? I also had some other exams, but for some reason, due to COVID, everything is way backed up. So that was the only one I was able to get done. Anyway, scheduled it for today. So here's why the day was interesting. First of all, I live uptown. I scheduled it when I talked to the lady for what I thought was uptown. It was not. It was Lower Manhattan. Drove me crazy because I was waiting. Got up early, was sitting in front of the place at 7 o'clock. My appointment was for 7:30 this morning. I was sitting there waiting. They said around 15 minutes in advance. I was like, okay, and hold on. I was like, okay. It's driving me crazy that you can see this. I was like, okay. Um, I was like, okay, I'll do what I gotta do. Yada 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 yada. Anyway, called them, couldn't figure out what it just was. Everything was locked down. I was a little mad. Got in there, called them, found out I was supposed to be down at 77th Street. Whatever. Went to the location, got there in 15 minutes. Driving is getting better. Don't judge me. Anyway, so when I got there, I went in there, checked in or whatever. I had to fill out a paper and I went to the guy and the guy it was they sent me to a table to me, I would go to him or whatever. So I went to him, his name was David. And I just went to him to ask him that I give him the paper. He noticed the sweater I had on was the sweater I had made with my mother on the front, Rich, Olga, and Ricky on the back. But he noticed my mother in the front. And it's my favorite picture of my mother. A lot of people don't know the story, but it's my favorite picture of my mother. So that's the one I have over. It's in a heart shape on my shirt, on my sweater. He noticed that he asked me, was that my mother? I said, yeah. I had my mother there, and then my brother, my sister, Rich on the back. And he proceeded to like talk to me and he was just like, did she pass? And I was like, yeah, she passed away. And he said he lost his mother 4 years ago. And I seen me 4 years ago in him. A lot of people don't know my mother's anniversary for her passing is the 11th, which is Friday. And I seen a lot of me in him. Like I remember where I was at there. Like I remember 4 years ago being there. That point where the thought of talking about it is emotional. Even now, it's still emotional, but that's because everything I've been through this year. But the thought of bringing her up, it makes you emotional, no matter where you're at. And he was like, he said something that I've been telling you for years. It doesn't get easier. It never does. Like people tell you, oh, it gets easier. It doesn't. It really doesn't. So I felt bad because I told him I was like Friday makes 8 years, and I'm getting better. Like I was 4 years ago, I was really bad. I was blessed because Rich, he was always there, so he made sure I didn't go left. But he definitely always hides on. He definitely made sure um I don't like I didn't go left. He always catered to me. I'm not gonna deny it. He definitely made sure I ate, make sure he was there to hug me when I was crying. It's been a long road. So coming up on Friday, It's a headache and a half. But what made it interesting was that everything in me wanted to give him a hug. Like I definitely wanted to give him a hug because I know where he's at mentally. Like I've been there. I've I've been at that place where the thought is just like, you don't want to mention up and people tell you, oh, it's gonna get easier, it's gonna get better, but it doesn't. Like it really doesn't. It you learn, I feel like you learn to lie. I think I've become excellent at lying. I don't know how many people think I have a cold. I'm tired. I mean, I've said every excuse. Like there are times where people come to me, oh, you okay? Yeah, I'm just a little tired. And it's just that it's just been a bad day. Only because you don't want to go into that explaining. Only because you don't want to go through that explaining, everything. You know what I mean? Definitely don't want to explain to people everything that's going on. Um, but you definitely figure it out. You definitely. But I just wanted to give him a hug, and it was like if it wasn't for COVID, like I would have just gave him a hug. I felt like he needed it, and I definitely feel like being scared with COVID, it's um it's definitely difficult. Dawn, um, I mean, I don't see. I'll see if you can spend a day with me. I don't know. Don't you have school? Because Friday is still days of school, and I definitely like. I was talking with my friend, and I definitely realized that maybe I have to get myself out this bubble, or it's not gonna get in there. But hopefully the test game went well. But he made my day. I don't know why. He just made me feel like I could definitely, you know, I would definitely be comfortable with, he definitely like, I'm better. I told him, I let him know it's not easy. It's definitely not, it doesn't get easier. You don't feel less sad. You just learn to lie. Like, I really do believe it. Stand by it. You learn to lie a lot. I'm tell you professional at it. People, not only because you don't want people to like constantly feel like they have to pity you and you're in your feelings, but it made my day. He made my day interesting. Like I remember being there. It took me back to a place where I was like, you know what? I've grown a lot in 4 years, and um, Don, I'll call you when I get off of here, and I'll let you know about after two, cause you all the way down, 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 down out of my area, not in Queens anymore. Um, I definitely been, I've had those days. Like I've been there. I've been at work, and it's like, everything in your emotions is everywhere. You just want to break out and cry, but you can't because you still got to get the job done. So I definitely, I definitely understand where he's at. Like I definitely understand it. I've been there, so I definitely understand it. And I seen it. I seen it in him, and he was like, she seems like he looked at the picture. He's like, she seems like a free spirit. So I told him the background behind the picture. So first started my job, I made a friend. I made a friend, and she got married. She got married in what is that? Not the Bronx. It's City Island, and um she got married in City Island. So for her wedding, I needed to bring a plus one. My ass was single. So my mother was my plus one. And I remember driving, we drove, and I remember my mother was like my little brother. She was like Ricky. She didn't take much pictures. Like, if she had to, if you took in a picture, it was different. But like just taking pictures, like, and I'm probably like her like that because I really don't take, I've noticed I'm not taking as many pictures as I should, I guess, for memories. I'm more like into the moment kind of thing. So I told her she was taking pictures for me. And when she's taking the pictures, she's like looking, but she's just looking regular. So I was like, give me sexy. So she gave me sexy. So good afternoon for Soldier. Um, she gave me sexy. So it's like just a sexy picture of her. And I like it. I love it. It's like one of my favorite pictures because sometimes we don't realize we're just so accustomed to being the same way that we forget our sexy. And then I was glad, she did. She was able to give me that sexy picture. And when I was moving, we were going through pictures or whatever, me and my brother, and going through the pictures, a lot of pictures. I have like this big ass bin in storage. Boo Boo could tell you, Marcus could tell you, um, my bestie, my work bestie, Corey, he know, and my brother Joey, they know the bin is huge. They had to carry it to storage, so they know how heavy this bin can be, and it's full of pictures. And some pictures I hate looking at because some of the pictures, they're like my mother took pictures of my grandmother's funeral. So against that, when I pass, nobody better take a picture of my funeral. Don't take no pictures of my body. Think that is so crazy. But my mother had some, and I think my father got those pictures though. Olga found them once. I knew my mother was she was my mother. She had a little tendency. She was a little freak because she got nasty pictures. Her and my father. Yeah. I think my father got them though. I think Olga found it one time going through his suitcase. We were going through stuff trying to put stuff away. And Olga found it like a couple of years ago, not many. And so she she we gave it to my father. She was like, "Oh my god." So, but it was my favorite. Like sometimes we forget. I do forget. Like I do believe that, but like I'm over COVID. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really over it right now. Not to jump. I know I'm jumping everywhere around the world, but I am over COVID because I really wanted to give this guy a hug. Maybe I'm crazy, but I did. I felt like he needed it. I, I'm grateful for the people I have around me. You know, I have some people that hug me every time I need one, and you know, 4 years ago I had Rich, so it was perfect. I didn't need that many hugs because he was there. But this guy looked like he needed a hug. And then he told me he wasn't around his family as often for the holidays because of, she was like the glue. I said that's what my mother was. My mother was the glue. She kept us kids together no matter what. And then when she passed, Ricky took the role and now him gone. It's a little difficult, you know. You find yourself like all over the place. But I told him, I said, you definitely have to try at the same time. Like it's not easy, but I know that, you gotta remember how your parents wanted you. I know my mother would have wanted us all together, so I definitely know that that's what we strive for. It's a little difficult now with COVID, and I understand like everybody's point of view. I'm blessed. I don't get to see my sister as often as I probably should or want to due to COVID. But I definitely, I'm blessed. I get to see my brother. He's always calling me for no reason. All the time. But I love him to death. Um, you know, and like I said, I'm grateful that I do have the family because I remember being there 4 years ago. I was blessed enough that I wasn't alone there 4 years ago. I had Rich, I had Ricky, I had Olga. Um, I wasn't, you know, in that situation, but I do know, um, I do know that for others, it's not as easy. Sometimes you don't have that support system to there. I was blessed. I met Rich almost a year after my mother passed, and after doing some fucked up shit, like being in some fucked up situations prior to God sent them to me, and it was a blessing. So, you know, I'm grateful for the time we had. Probably makes with this going through everything difficult this year, but it is what it is. But that was my day today. I know, I decided I wanted to share because sometimes, some people don't realize the pain that other people have, and maybe because I've been in a situation, I kind of know his pain, like I seen it. And it was just like that view, like that look, and it's like that glassy eye, the same one I got right now. Hopefully they, but I'm emotional, so the day anniversary's coming up. That's usually one of the days that I tune out from the world. So, but I seen it in him. Like I remember 4 years ago, I remember being there. Like I remember just somebody talking about something, and you're just like, "Yeah, mommy," and it just hits you like, "Oh shit, this person is not here anymore." Uh, It still hits me. It's not easy. It's not the easiest. Probably this year the hardest, but you learn. Um, so hold on. Like I said, anyway, I didn't come on this video to cry, but hopefully I find out at the end of this month like how my health is as far as my blood and the hematologist, and he'll let me know that everything is okay. I pray. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm definitely got to start doing some things. And Dawn, why you cutting your? So we're gonna change subject because my nephew, my brother's son, is on here. Dawn, why are you cutting your hair? I think you should cut it anyway because you're not doing anything with it. Like either twist it. Hi, People's Lounge. Hi, cousin. I definitely think that you should cut it because you're not doing anything with it. And so I don't know if you're not gonna do anything with it, you might as well cut it. You ain't get box braids yet. You getting them when they go getting done. Duh. Like I'm getting my hair done. You see, it's still not done though, but I'm getting it done. Um, I know your day is coming too. I know you're right after me with these celebrations of life. I hate, I like one of my friends told me, um, um, he said, but it might get cut. For soldier said, good afternoon, everyone. Dawn, don't be rude. You say good afternoon. It said, but it might get cut. But I might cut half and start with the dreads. Well, why would you cut it if you're gonna start with the dreads? You need the length. You might as well start from what you have now. They could twist what you have now. There's no reason to cut it. Or you could do the fake dreads in the hair, and let let it grow out like that. So you give yourself a little length. You're right, Denise. I love it. He ain't hear you say that in a while. Um, um, but I definitely. So let's talk about some crazy stuff. Let's talk about. I have a question. Do I have any questions I want to ask? Oh no, I had a debate with two of my male friends, my two male friends, because I only have two. I have family. They all family. So technically, I have more than two male friends, right? Because they all family. They're family to me. But I had a conversation with my baby daddy and my bestie, two separate conversations because they don't conversate together. And I think they're crazy. Let me ask y'all a question since we got some adults on here, except for Dawn. Dawn, you need to tune out Pedro, as she says. Um, is it wrong to feel like we should be talking at least an hour before we have any kind of sex conversation? And I'm not talking about an hour in just like on the phone talking. It could be texting or whatever. Um, but an hour. Like, shouldn't we be talking? Shouldn't we be talking at least an hour? Like, like, is an hour too long for us to be having this conversation? Um, I'm trying to date. As I said, trying. And dating during COVID is crazy because I don't want to go to my house. They might have COVID. I don't want to go. My family knows. I already gave my manager the notification. If shit shut down and they say work from home, my ass working from home. My family cannot be there. It should be a year for I can't do a whole year now. I'm a little out there. A year is a long time. But I talked to two men and I got like and I asked a third guy for a conversation. I asked a third guy and we were on the same page. He was like, it should be definitely nothing explicit, but casual. But we had different versions of casual because casual to me is like when the last time. That's a casual conversation. Um, are you a freak and further down or like past casual? That's we gonna get into this. But my bestie and my baby daddy, they gave me to believe that I was being it was that was too much. And I'm like, but like, let me explain something to you. I want to date. I am not opposed to meeting somebody, and if if they're there, the chemistry's there, whatever happens, happens. I'm not against that. Let me start by saying that. However, we must have content. The conversation must have some type of content. We must be vibing on something. Like, I'm grateful for my bestie because he's put me onto some of the anime, so I could actually have those conversations with guys. Um, for Soldier, it says, why do you ask? I don't know. I'm asking, not that I'm doing like a year. I just want to know if a year is kind of long. But um, it's not that I like no, I just want everybody's opinion. Am I crazy? Like, people are telling me that you're supposed to, like, these guys are like just jumping at the conversation like crazy. Like we're talking 5 seconds and they're like, hey, so are you a freak? And I'm like, no hablo inglés. I get real Spanishy right then, like, why do you care? If I'm a freak, you're not gonna find out. That's not the way you find out. So it's not that I want, it's not that I want, I don't, I'm not gonna, talk. I'm not talking to anybody right now, fortunately. I'm the type of person that you got like a day of me before you can get cut off. Like, you gotta be consistent. I'm one of those people that if you text me and call me in the morning the first day and you don't do it the second day, I'm gonna call you out on your shit. And by the third day, I'm just like, I'm good. Don't judge me. I mean, I work hard. I don't have so much time for play. So if you're not interested, I don't want to play. Like, I'm really that kind of person. So it's not that I don't enjoy your input. I mean, I'm just curious if I was crazy, because I thought an hour was a decent amount of time before you ask me any kind of crazy questions. Which I'm all for answering crazy questions, because I'm not somebody who's gonna be like, oh no, I don't, because I do. I mean, I can have that conversation with anybody. But I asked, I spoke to three guys, and only one of them was kind of on my page with the casual, but I think we had a different version of casual. So, uh, but I can do casual, like when the last time you've been intimate, not a problem. Um, when it gets into like what are you into, you know, what don't you like, that kind of shit, like that got the flow. It can't be something we got to be on that subject for that conversation to happen. You know, um, um, I have, I can have casual con. I do. I can have with my friends. Oh, y'all know how my mouth is. My cousins know. Don, you shouldn't be talking about it. You should not even be thinking about it. So you should be told. You should be going hours, days, years without talking about it. But I know, I know it's a control. It's not a control thing though. Like, it's not that I'm trying to be controlling, because I think that's what you're trying to say. It's not that I'm trying to be controlling. I just feel like I want content. Like, I don't mind talking about it, but I want content. Like, and then it has to be that vibe. Like, you ever talking to somebody on the phone and you're just like, the vibe is just there, so it's like everything is flowing. Like, they asking you what color socks you got on, and you're like, I got on green socks. Like, everything is just you spilling all kinds of beans. I want, if that's the kind of conversation we having, the vibe is there. I'm with it. I'm totally with all that. If the vibe is there, I don't want it to be forced either. Like, it's not really. I just don't want to feel like I'm forced into this conversation. Like, I've had conversations with people through text messages, on the phone, and the vibe is just there. Like, the conversation just flows that way. Or like they got me giggling while I'm answering their questions. And I like that kind of energy. That energy I could work with. But that we just get to know each other. Like, I'm like, hey, how are you doing? And you're like, oh, I'm good. And I'm like, okay, what brings you? What are you doing? Oh, can you come to my house? Yo, where all that come from? Why I gotta go to your house? Like, it's COVID. Like, and then I feel like that's the excuse now with everybody too. Oh, we can't do anything else. Let's go to my house. No, I got a whole car. We can sit outside in the park. I'm always baby. I like cold. Doesn't bother me. Leave me in the park. I can wear a long john. We go chill. Like there's so many other things that you can do casually. That's why like when I before all of this, before Rich, um, my first dates always consist of ice cream. Um, it's always been ice cream. I like going for ice cream. Why? People think I'm crazy. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Take me on an ice cream date. Why an ice cream date? Because guess what? Ice cream is not a whole meal. You do not have to enjoy my presence longer than purchasing of the ice cream. So if we go to have ice cream and I like Baskin Robbins, I had a spot in Queens. I don't have a spot now that I'm in Manhattan. I gotta find one. But in Queens, I had the Baskin Robbins on Cross Bay. Go there. Um, we purchase ice cream. We can sit down and talk. If in the process of talking, I ain't feeling you, you ain't feeling me. Um, you know, I it can happen in the car too. It can. But no, but that's the thing. I can kick you out. Like, get the fuck out of my car. Like, I'm sorry to Christ, but get out of my car. I can be that person. Get out. Um, you know, it's cool. Like, if I do those things, it's cool for me. I don't mind having a little conversation. The conversation going good. We can then proceed to maybe do something else, catch a movie, talk longer, sit in the car and talk, whatever, depending on the vibe. Before COVID, it was maybe the movies, maybe actually dinner, you know. But if the conversation's not going too well, you have a great night and I don't have to see you ever again. Ice cream seems like the perfect date. Ice cream seems like the perfect date. It's easy. It's not a long date. You definitely not stuck with someone because I've been on dates and you're there. And especially if, I'm the type of girl, I prefer the man to drive when I do have a car. I'm not a mean person. Definitely don't want to leave you at a location. Kind of fucked up. Or I definitely don't want to. I always have cab fare, so no matter where you take me, I can always get in the cab and go home. I don't care where I'm going, or how far you've taken me. Because I've been on those situations too. I've had guys leave me in West Bubblefuck, but a bitch like me, always got cab fare. I ain't going out with you. I don't care. I'll be the first one. I ain't got no money. And if he's like, oh, well, don't worry about it. I ain't got no money. And I ain't got no money means I don't got cab fare to get me home. I don't have at least $100 in cab fare to get me home from wherever the fuck you leave me. Because I need at least 100. Depending on where you live, might need a little more. If you drive and I don't trust you like that, it might get two because you might try to leave me in Jersey. That you need to be able to take a cab home from Jersey. But I could always get home. That's rule one. When dating, always have a way to get home, no matter what they say. But I haven't um because you too young. I agree. He should leave. I don't want to block him, but I do agree that he should leave. Um, I didn't change the age. That was what I didn't do when I did the setup. I should have put the age as older. That's where I forgot. I messed up. But anyway, so what was I told? I lost my train of thought. Um, I definitely I've always wanted to do things with people, whatever, or be, like I like being able to, but I've been on dates and you just don't, the conversation doesn't like, ugh. I went on a date one time, my worst date of my life. I was working 12 to 8 and this dude, he met me at the train station. He didn't meet me at the train station. He met me across the street from the train station. I don't know how familiar y'all are with Grant Avenue on the A line in Queens. Um, it's right before you get to the first stop, which is 80th Street. So it's like Euclid and Grant. I think it's Euclid then. Yes, Euclid and Grant. So it's like that stop right there. So I got up there and I met him. And I was looking kind of cute. I've always been a big girl, so I've never denied that. Okay, got you. You timed him out. Okay. Um, Did you talk about both of them? Because it's another site. But okay, it's another site. He's gonna come into another one. I seen he had a second one. Um, I don't know how to time him. You gotta show me how to do that. But anyway, so right. She's too young too. She's too young for this conversation. Um, I so he met me across the street, and I got it was the vibe. Like I'm a vibing person. Like yeah, it has energy. So we went and got. He was like he's hungry. I wanted to get cigarettes at the time. I was a smoker, so I went to the gas station, got cigarettes. Then we went into the Burger. My man was about himself. Like I don't do cocky or conceited well. Like mm, I'm not a girly girl, so I don't do those things. Like I don't. I can get cute. Don't get it twisted. I get cute, but I'm not a girly girl. I'm not the one that's gonna make sure like. So I asked him what was he into at the time. This is before I ever started watching football. But I asked him what he was into, and he said he was into getting facials. First of all, in the Burger King. Let's start with in the Burger King because I'm jumping around. In the Burger King. Well, first I went to get the cigarettes. When I went to get the cigarettes, he didn't hold the door. He just walked in. Uh, Dawn, we're not gonna get into that. How do you do that though? Oh, okay, I blocked you. Now you out. So I didn't I didn't what you call it. I didn't we went to the Burger King. I didn't get anything to eat. He went and got himself something to eat. I sat there. First of all, he didn't offer. He offered like after he sat down. Very rude. Like he just said, we. I sat down, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you something to eat." And then he went and got his food. They came out. Oh, you on one night? No, I'm good. Behind us sat a couple, and the guy was like, "So I don't know if you from the little seats. Me and the guy back to back. So the girl is on that side facing him, and he's facing the girl. He proceeds to consistently tell me that the girl is staring at him. Oh yeah, she's watching me because she know I'm sexy. She about to leave her man for me. I'm not sitting here. I was like, oh, you one of those. So now he proceeds to tell me because I have one phone. He had two. So he was like, oh yeah, I got two phones. He was bragging, and again, not that kind of chick. So he bragged about the two phones. Sorry, the Capricorn in me. I'm gonna make you feel like shit about your two phones because you're constantly talking about it. It's not a big deal. You know, watched my brother have two phones for many years. So I hit him with oh, okay. So why do you have two phones? Oh, one is for the internet and one is for the minutes because this was back in the day when you had minutes on your phone. So I told, oh, I only have one phone and it's unlimited on both. So he just got quiet. But both his phones were prepaid. That was, prepaid time. So he was bragging about nothing. So it was cool. After I shut him down, we proceed to walk now to the movies because I continued because the evil in me, the dumb in me, continued with this fucking date. No, when I wasn't happy, it was like he just wasn't. We walked all the way to the movie theater. I'm not familiar y'all with Linden Boulevard, Multiplex, but that's where we walked to. Walk to Linden Multiplex, go to the window, um, went to the multiplex or whatever, and oh, I removed him. I blocked that account, whatever that funny letter account was. I blocked it because I know I told you he had a second account. I'll deal with him when I get off of here. Um, so I turned around and we went and did the movie. So before going to the movie, it was a payday for me, so I wanted to go get some money out the bank. And the McDonald's across the street from the multiplex was the MCU account, so I was going in there to get my money. So I went there to get the money out. He seen me. He was standing next to me. He was like, "Oh, you balling, balling." I was like, "No," but I know I needed cab fare because this date wasn't going well, so I was going to take cab home. So we went to the movies, went to see a movie. We go in the movie theater. I'm standing behind him, waiting. He's not like we're both standing next to like he's standing a little bit in front of me, and I'm looking like why are we not paying for tickets? Why are we not going to tickets? He just standing there waiting. So I'm going to pay for my ticket. So I go pay for my ticket. When I pay for my ticket, he goes behind me and pays for his ticket and acts like he didn't pay for his ticket, like he didn't swipe his card. Oh, they just know me because I'm always here. Whatever. So we sat down. When we sat down and ate, again went to McDonald's, he did the same thing. Didn't hold the door. Just I was like, this date, sorry about that. I was like, this date is not going well. So we're in the movies. Now he starts while we waiting for the movie to start because it was a couple of minutes, whatever. He tells me about these shirts he bought. You know how much I paid for this shirt? Didn't ask. Like, yo, this dude. And all the time I'm thinking, like, what are you thinking, Laura? Um, you know that you're not gonna like go through with anything after this. This will be the last time you see him. Whatever. We go in the movie theater. We're in the movie theater. I buy my popcorn because everybody knows me. Who knows I need to have my butter popcorn. I need my movie theater popcorn and the movies. Definitely. Don't judge me. Love it. Gonna have it. We go to the movies. Watch the movie in the movie theater. He proceeds to tell me, am I going home with it? Now mind you, he lived across the street from the movie theater, just so you understand. And he still lives across the street from the movie theater because I ended up speaking to him later down the line. But yeah, I'm like, nope. But wow. Now that we're in the theater, now you want to act like you trying to be with me because you trying to smash me. Nah, again, not that kind of chick. The vibe wasn't there, so what was I thinking about? So it's like I remember walking out the movie theater. He thought I lived in Queens. I actually lived not too far down. I was living in Flatbush at the time, not too far down. I definitely hopped in. I hopped in the cab right in front. God is good. Let me tell you, he was very good that day. In front of the movie theater, there was a cab waiting, just waiting. So my Spanish ass hopped in the fucking cab and was like, he called me the next day to tell me he had a great time. I was like, oh, I don't know what date you were on. This was the worst date of my life. And we stopped speaking. I never spoke to him again until recently, like sometime this year, last year maybe. I think it was last year. Ran into him on a dating site. I'm like, you really don't remember me? He's like, I don't remember him. He's like, no, did we do anything? No, 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 we didn't do anything. Never. But this is my point with people. Like you literally were trying to smash. Like that's all you wanted. And he was so self-involved. Like this is why like I don't do he was the reason I started my ice cream dates. Because after that, it was just like, no, like I don't want to spend a whole day with you to realize I don't like you. Make sense? That's what I don't want to do. So that being said, now I got ice cream dates. But now COVID, like, it's no ice cream dates. Nobody wants to go get ice cream. They all like, oh, COVID, and and I agree with them because I'm not trying to catch nothing. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be at your house because if I'm scared to catch something by just being around you, why would I be at your house? And I hate wearing the mask because it's something I hate doing. It's not something I enjoy. It sends me into a panic, so I hate it. But I feel like I'm just rambling on now. Who just came in? Um, but that was my worst date ever. Best date ever was the cheapest date I've been in my life. But I was in a library. He read Stephen King to me. Best date ever. I know I could do things with ice cream, but we're not trying to be nasty. We're trying to be behaved. I'm trying to be behaved. I'm trying to find a really good mate. I don't want like I don't go. I want because I'm nasty. I want them, but I just don't want that to be the main topic. I want to have like some substance. I want to talk about movies. I want to talk about basketball. I want to talk about football. I want to talk about anime. I want to talk about the hundreds. I want to talk about YouTube. I want to talk about cooking. I want to talk about other shit. And then we can get into that. I'm okay with that. But I want to talk. I want to have substance. I want to be able to say, oh, like I want that vibe. Like, oh, this is a good conversation. Like I'm feeling shorty. Like this is that's the kind of vibe. Because then we link up. that vibe continues. So it's okay when he, comes a little closer. You like, you come closer. It's not a problem. It's finna be litty. But I want that vibe. But I'm not getting it. Like, one guy I was talking to, first of all, talking to guys off a line is crazy. But I do it because exactly, and a lot of people, that's how I met Rich. I met him off a line. So I still talk to guys off a line. I was talking to this guy, and most guys, they fuck me up from the conversation. I've literally cut off guys because they sound like my father. Like, they'll get on the phone. I'm like, ooh, you Spanish. Like, that's a dub. Don't judge me. Um, no, but that's the thing. Sex is good. It's fun, but sometimes you have to sacrifice. And I've made those sacrifices before. I like, good sex, but it's not always that great. Not everybody has good sex, and you have to learn each other. But um, it's you don't know what you're gonna get. It doesn't matter. Even if we talking, but that's what I'm okay with meeting, and if it leads to that, I'm okay with it as long as the vibe is good. Like, as long as but I just don't want to be, how you say, I don't want to be just talking about that, because then it just, like, once that's the only thing you're doing, like, that's what you're talking about, then if that's good, you only really go on a slide. I'm not looking to, like, for a slide. I mean, I can get a slide. The slide is not difficult. You just gotta really just say you want to slide. There's more than enough guys that wanna just slide. It's not that I don't want to slide. Like, I want something a little substance. I'm not saying we gotta get married tomorrow. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, some substance. Like, I want to be able to talk, watch a movie, whatever we do, we do. If the conversation is there, if you looking forward to talking to this person, if they're giving you that same energy back, like, you're looking forward to talking to them, they're looking forward to talking to you, it's a good energy. But I was saying, so the voice, every guy I talk to off the site, off different sites. Was one site I've been on this last couple of days, this last couple of weeks. One site. Everybody on that site. Everybody. I've talked to. They picture, they their conversation, their voice. Ow, having fun, fucking with me, fucking with me. So I particularly talked to this one guy, and the conversation, he got on the phone fucking me up. So I'm texting him. I'm at work. I'm texting him, but I'm really working very, very hard, and I'm not able to text back as fast as I want. I'm not able to text back as fast as I want. So I proceed to um to call him because it makes sense to my head. I don't want to seem like I'm being rude. I definitely was interested, so I definitely want him to know I'm interested. So I call him. He got on the phone. He did not. He sounded, that's it. Fuck me up. I was on the phone. And I said it because I'm a real bitch. I'm going to tell you. Oh my God. I was like, oh, it's not what I expected. Because I've been getting the, they're like, they be talking and they be just sounding mad soft on the phone. I'm like, everything about you just screams soft. Then I get the phone and it's soft. So he just sounds soft. I was like, oh, that's like your bass. Like, ooh, it's the bass in the voice for me. I was really interested. 2 days, no energy. I was like, yo, he was giving me excuse after excuse. And I'm mad because I was really feeling the voice. The voice had me. He wouldn't have to wait long. First date would have, if we would have kept vibing, he could have been my Mr. Right for right now. Like, he could have been, because the voice was it for me. That voice, it's the thing. Like, if you sound like you ready to beast mode, then I'm with the beast mode. If you sound light, and if you're Spanish, you sound too Spanish. Don't judge me. I'm trying, but I'm not used to dating mad Spanish. I'm not used to dating Spanish men. Haven't been doing it my entire life. So hold on. I'm trying to get my AC remote because I'm cold. I'm hot. Sorry. And now I don't know why my picture is Boo Boo. I changed this. Boo Boo changed it. He changed it. Because now it's Boo. It should be us. That's what we should change to the group picture. Um, so yeah. I don't know what I'm supposed to. Oh, if I look crazy, if I start smiling, I posted something. I posted a TikTok up and I'm getting comments back from people because I put it on my WhatsApp and they just sending me all kinds of comments. But it's okay because that guy, he, he messed up. I blocked him too. That's a bad part because I'm not a petty person, but soldier. I'm just that person that I need that energy. Like I want you to want to talk to me. I get that people are busy, but I have a job too. And if you're interested in somebody, you put that effort for. I don't care what nobody says. Like I had this conversation with my lady daddy, and he was like, "Oh, some his one of his female friends, she was mad because he's not reaching out or whatever." But I'm like, so I asked him a question. I'm like, "Your wifey, you talk to her every day? Whether it be on the phone or text, you talk to her every day?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why?" He was like, "Because." I was like, "Because you like her, because you want to talk to her, like you want that energy. I want you to give me that energy. I work, and I want you to say something. The whole time he was on the phone with me, he heard my work. He heard that I had to be like, hold on a second. And I was my manager, my people, like people are always talking to me. Like I don't get a break when from the time that I walk in the door, not even sign in. From the time that I walk in the door, I'm busy. I am busy from the time that I walk in. I am off today because I had the doctor's appointment, and I was like, you know what? Leading up to the doctor's appointment, I start getting nervous, start feeling all these kind of crazy. I become a hypochondriac because I'm scared. Like I don't know what they're gonna find, and I've had the past with everything going on, so I do become a little extra. But I still like get calls while I'm at work. I still get text messages. I've been getting text messages. I get calls while from work while I'm off. The only way they don't call me is if I tell them do not reach my phone. Like and I'm gonna do because Friday is a day for me that I don't fuck this job. That's where I'm at right there because it's 8 days that are dedicated to the people that I love that I've lost. So it was only two, now it's eight. But those 8 days, don't contact me. Like I don't care about this. If this building is burning down, that is between that and the building. That has nothing to do with me. I am not there. Any other time I answer my phone, answer text messages. I'm that person. Like I'm not. My friends get mad at me. Oh, you love your job. I do love what I do. I do. I love helping people, and there was a reason why I took the job. Like people take jobs for different money. Don't worry, I like the money, but I didn't take it just for the money. Like that wasn't my intention. That's why I'm pretty good at everything I do with my job. But that's the end of that. But he heard it because he was like, "Yo, babe," he said, "Yo, you busy at work? I'll call you back later." I was like, "No, we were." He was like, "We could text." I was like, "Yeah, but I didn't want to seem like I wasn't texting back. I didn't want you to feel like I wasn't interested. I wanted to let you know I was interested. So that's why I called." And he was like, "Oh, I respect it. So now I let you know." And I ain't speak to him the rest of the day. He never contacted me back. The next day, my sarcastic ass sent a sarcastic message, and I got back, "Don't be sarcastic." I have the right to. I gave him that day. Didn't hear back from him again. Like it was like, attitude. So then he texted me one day, so I gave him attitude back. Text me the next day, I gave him attitude back. He didn't text me again. He texted me. I texted him yesterday, and he was like, "Oh, how are you doing?" or whatever. Like he wanted to talk. I'm like, "Nah, fuck it." So I told him, I was like, if you're not interested, it's cool. Let me not waste my time. We'll just end this conversation. I don't like wasting my fingers. My fingers, they work hard. They don't need to text you. He's like, "Nah, it's not that case. I'll talk to you. I'll call you later." Never heard from him. So I blocked him last night. I sent him a text, and I was like, "Yo, God bless you. I hope you find what you're looking for." And I blocked him because I don't want you to text me back. Because if you text me back, then I'm going to encourage your conversation because I'm going to have a lot to say because my mouth is reckless and I'm going to speak my mind. And I feel like what you do, I feel like you don't know how to be real about your shit. And you're a grown ass man because that's my thing. I expect that from kids. I don't expect that from grown people. And I'm 37, he was 48. No, you're a grown ass man. You know what you want. You want to play that game? Play that game with somebody else. Like I'm not the one. So that's my problem. Houston, that's my problem. Dating during COVID, dating in general is a problem, and I'm working on it. But I've given you almost an hour of my life. No, but I'm like that's what I said. Like I don't want. And he on my phone in my ear, he started. He was like, "Oh yeah, you." Like when he realized that his voice did turn me on, he started talking a little rap. But it was okay because I was feeling that conversation. You see what I'm saying? Like the energy was different. The energy was there. Like if the energy was there, then I'm okay with it. I'm just like, don't push the energy. Like let's get to know each other. Like Let's talk about random shit, like just random shit. Like tell me your life, I'll tell you my life, and we see if we want to be friends and so forth and so on. Maybe I think my future person lives in another country. I think they don't live in New York. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna have to leave the state, maybe the country, because clearly the men in New York are not built. I'm not built. They're not built for me. But I cannot find a good one to save my life. Save my life. And the shit is, I drive. I'm not even. I can get wherever I need to go. I got a job. I'm not asking you for anything. I want to build. Where them guys at? They don't exist. If they on YouTube, find me. Just leave me a message. One of my cousins, somebody will get back to me. Just leave me a message somewhere. I need a good one. They don't exist. That's where I'm at right now. I think the good ones, they not here no more. Because these young guys, I ain't with it. Got one on my inbox playing games. Playing games. Jesus help me. I'm about to shut down the games early. But, and the thing is, I'm an aggressive person. But in a relationship, I can be very submissive. Be very laid back if you know how to take control. But I'm gonna get off of here because I actually have to wash my uniforms. Unfortunately, I have to go back to work tomorrow. Only 2 days. Wednesday, Thursday, out Friday. So, um, y'all all, whoever's left for Soldier, People's Lounge. I know I blocked the Dawn. He gonna get mad, but he'll get over it. Love y'all. Y'all have a great day. House number 3, definitely follow, like. Yeah, dating is not easy for Soldier. I know. I'm over it. I'm about to just be single. Like I'm about to be single. Like just fuck it. I am over the games. Um. Anyway, like I was saying, y'all have a good day. Love y'all all. Like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. Definitely watch and hope y'all have a blessed day. Like I said, I'll end it with telling y'all if you see somebody that needs a hug, I know we in COVID, but I think it's time to just start giving some random people hugs because some people need hugs. You feel me? Smooches.